Alright, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught me this truth that rule well. Shalom to the elect scattered through the four corners of the earth. My name is Kwadash Paya, and real quick, just to blow the trumpet on, basically, as we head to World War III, also the hour of temptation, which will lead to a great reset of a digital currency, pursuing the Revelation 13 and 16. And that's what all this is boiling down to. Because that's the final prophecies, as well as Jacob's trouble. Troubled times is coming to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, which are the biblical Israelites. Alright? And just starting off real quick, as you see, Iran has just shocked the world with its new hypersonic missiles, and neither the United States nor Israel saw it coming, which they say is 15% faster than the speed of sound, right? Which can penetrate the barriers of the Iron Dome of Israel, which has been holding them down for quite some time. And Netanyahu really wants the United States and Iran to go to war so they can infiltrate that land, to rule the Middle East, which they're allies with China and Russia. So that's going to usher in a global war, as John the Revelator said. Believers in Revelation chapter 11, verse 14, 2 woes has passed, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, right? And that's what's going to lead to the second death, the lake of fire over here in Babylon the Great, which is America. You see? So, it ain't no hell, it ain't no, nothing like that. Well, we living in hell. It's a condition of state. In the Hebrew, and the root word just goes into the grave, right? And so, since I mentioned that, might as well I'm going to get the book of Psalms. Chapter 7 and verse 13. Because you even got prophecies in the book of Psalms. It says, He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors, right? And the whole world is seeing that America is not the bully anymore. This place, That's why scriptures tell you, let the weak say I'm strong. So these weaker nations joining allies with other powerful countries, due to tariffs, due to these trade wars as well. Yeah. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna get another precept in case people, some people say, oh, those are just arrows that in the ancient times. Well, a lot of prophets saw the visions with the missiles and they described it to the best of their ability. Flying swords, arrows, horsemen, right? Pursuing Revelation 9 and 10. People just don't want World War III. They don't want to leave this place. But Second Esdras, forgive me. Second Esdras chapter 16 and verse 13. Right? It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, talking about the Lord. Right? Because he created the smith for these times coming, which build up these nuclear arsenals, these atomic bombs, nuclear bombs, right? It says, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And what arrow can be shot from one end to the world? Right? You see? Because those are ancient instruments. But you know what? Let's get Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 6. No, Salakia. Verse 5, I was saying. Verse 5, Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, right? In ancient times, you have men screaming, horsebacks, clashing shields, with their swords, spears. Those are, with confused noise, right? And garments rolled in blood, right? But this, which he's speaking about the latter times which we're in. Because remember, Yahweh Shai said there shall be wars and rumors of wars, before his second return. So it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. What's that going to come from? As you can see here, is it a depiction, an illustration for people that, but yeah, that's the third world's woe, Real quick, this Jeremiah 50 verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon, round about her. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she lieth in sin against the Lord. And you seeing, even with China right now, they're exposing Salakia. This is one of the brothers, he put this up, right? How they're exposing brands, they're exposing America for their lies, for their treachery. Right here, this is really one of the gap. No. They're using TikTok. Forgive me. This is on Business Bull. Let's play it real quick as a matter of fact.
200. China is using TikTok to take on Trump and the U.S. In April 2025, Trump raised tariffs on Chinese goods, starting at 145% and rising to 245% on certain imports. It was a bold political move, but China's response, even bolder and digital. Instead of just slapping duties on American products, Chinese factory owners took to TikTok. They started dropping viral videos, exposing how luxury brands make their goods in China for cheap, then sell them to Americans for 10 times the price. Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Estee Lauder, even MAGA merch. One factory claimed it's been making Trump's own campaign products since 2016. The same president urging Americans to buy American. But this wasn't just exposure, it was strategy. Chinese sellers started offering unbranded versions of the same products, factory direct, with free shipping and import duties covered. What we're seeing now is no longer a trade war, it's a digital price war. Chinese factories are leveraging TikTok to reach American buyers directly, bypassing traditional retail channels. By shifting the spotlight from tariffs to transparency, China's suppliers did what no ad campaign could. They turned global supply chains into content and made U.S. consumers question what they're really paying.
So this is an exposure, and that's how the whole world is going to see the downfall of this place throughout digital, through the media, the World Wide Web, and that's why they're trying to delete certain content, information going out. But the world, you know what? Because that's prophecy. Let's get, because this is all fluctuating to a digital currency. Now they raised the tariffs to 250, but I also, 245%. But I also saw just earlier today, they raised it to 420.65. So it's a snowball effect as it's just going to get bigger and bigger and faster. So real quick, Isaiah 14, verse number 16. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? So now the world is narrowly looking, they're not scared of this place no more. They're looking down on this place like, these are the people? Those are the royal families that did all this to us? Made the world, through their policies and their philosophies, drunken. Living deliciously with their trades and things of that nature, and corrupt the minds of these different heathenistic nations, with their traditions, and whatnot. But now, remember when Yahweh Shah spoke about if Satan be divided against Satan, So these elites are showing their horns. They're showing who they are. It says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners, right? Because they want everybody in prison, physically and mentally. All the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. All right, let me get another precept, Jeremiah 49 and 10. Let's get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 10. All right, forgive me. It says, and I'm hoping this is edifying. You know, there's a lot of information hit me all this morning, and you know what they say, strike while the iron's hot. You know, these are big events going on as the world is partying and giving in a marriage, and you know, being distracted by the bread and circuses. Now, understanding these current events is a buildup of prophecy, right? Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. Who is Esau? The Edomite, so-called Caucasian race. Amalek, you know, over there, Israel, grandson of Esau, which sold their birthright, which they're not the real Jews. That's why they call themselves Jewish, to pertain to be. You know, and now with all this information going out, one of the elders had sent it to me. You know, it was showing a map, and the majority of the map was in colored purple, and those are the states, you know, where they can have people not have legal, basically like you can't work or things of that nature. You won't be able to have legal restrictions to work and do certain things if you boycott Israel, which we know that's what they're leading to, the anti, you know what, Sam or whatever. You know, I don't want to say too much. I want them to flag my channel, but that just goes to show you. So the Lord is making Esau bare, you know, uncovering their secret places, their secret side, their secret agendas, right? And it's all being brought out through whistleblowers, primarily with the prophets prophesying in the true name and the true doctrine, you know, because the scriptures say it shall even go into the gates of the nobles, you know, meaning, you know, these elites know who's what and where's what, who's speaking the truth, who's a whistleblower, who's a sellout, who's fake prophets, and who's the real prophets, you know, and that's going to cause division and, you know, civil unrest and deporting. Hey, that's why we say it's coming in the time of Jacob's trouble, especially if there's an economic collapse, which is inevitable. You know, the grid shut down, you know, ushering a great reset within what order out of chaos, martial law, you know. So this is what things are boiling down to, but they're being exposed for who they are, right? But it says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. Yeah. Your bunkers is not going to fucking hide you, all right? It says, read the book of Amos, the 9th chapter. It says, his seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So they're going to be spoiled real fucking soon. Look at this pasty red devil, man. You know? But anyway, I'm going to close it out. It says, World Economic Forum, Bill Gates. The V certificate will be tied to the social credit system, digital wallet. Without V, people cannot buy or sell. What does that remind you of? Those statements. Can't buy or sell. Showing you that it's going to be something digital carved in people to use. And they're trying to use these little gadgets like a Black Mirror, if you understand that show from Netflix. The little new bit, people putting a little technology device on their temple, which radiates frequencies, which they download their mind, their in a computer, which, you know, can regulate their thoughts. But it's just, like I said, it's psychological. So when things, you know, get critical, people are going to jump the bandwagon. Oh, yeah, well, I can't feed my children. Yeah. Take the C hip. You know? Right? It can make paraplegics walk. Those are false miracles. That's ultimately the last idol. The Our Temptation. Anyway, with that, I hope this was edifying. Just wanted to blow the trumpet on this. That's why you even got certain things raising up. Major prices online. People shop online. Remember in 2020, you couldn't leave your crib. People were shopping online. But now, if you shop online, it's that much more expensive. They're trying to cut off the middleman with, what was it? Basically like direct deposit, like Chime, what was it? Shane? Not Shane. Damn. I was just talking to a brother about it yesterday. Well, they trying to cut off those type of middlemen, PayPal, like things of that nature soon. And it's going to be ultimately a banking system, even with banks, going to collapse, going bankrupt due to what's going on. But anyway, I hope this was, hey, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. All right? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.